One of life's simplest but also best pleasures, in my opinion, has got to be having a classic movie watching experience. It's that experience of sitting down to just watch a movie for the first time that you don't really know anything about, and then suddenly, before you realize it, you're sucked into this world and completely engrossed with everything about it. It was a feeling that you had this satisfying entertainment, not that you were being sucked into this new cinematic universe or you were going to have to invest something to actually get some satisfaction. And this is to be expected. Ever since Marvel changed the landscape with the MCU, everything now has to be some kind of extended or cinematic universe. So I know a lot of you out there are thinking and saying things that I used to say, which is that,
oh, you can't find a classic movie experience in 2025.
Wrong. I'm here to tell y'all that is wrong, because there is such a movie, and I did watch it at least 4 times after the first time I watched it, and it's fantastic, and that movie is Sinners. Holy where do I start with this movie? Okay, let me reel it back in. The movie takes place in the 1930s in the Deep South. In the lead twin role, we have Michael B. Jordan playing both Smoke and Stack of the Smokestack twins. They've come back down to Mississippi after some time up in Chicago. Probably didn't end well.
So tell me about Chicago.
Y'all supposed to be in Chicago working for Capone.
I guess that Chicago win. Move your black ass back down now, huh?
The Smokestack twins make their way back down to Mississippi to open their own juke joint for the night, and potentially a lot longer if things go well. On their way, they pick up their little cousin Sammy, who they call Preacher Boy because his dad is a preacher. Preacher Boy's got big ideas, and his dad does not like the idea of him wanting to be a blues musician, but this boy was born for the blues.
Traveling, I don't know where the world I'm in.
That boy is good.
Miles Caton in his first role ever, y'all, seriously, this is his first role. He fucking knocks it out of the park. It's crazy that this is his first movie because he's so good in it, and his musical performances absolutely blew me away, but y'all, the rest of the cast, everyone kills it. Michael B. Jordan effortlessly plays both Smoke and Stack, 2 very different characters, and it's totally believable because, you know, he's a good actor. Haley Steinfeld plays Mary, who is a thoroughly complicated and very genuine character that you can't help but sympathize with, and she did a phenomenal job. This is one of her best performances by far. But like I said, everyone in this movie is fucking phenomenal, especially Delroy Lindo as my favorite character, Delta Slim. Delta Slim is an OG blues musician, and it shows. He's so damn charming and funny and sympathetic and tragic and just all these good things rolled into one character. He is the blues personified in this movie. It's a music about a group of people that had to live and work twice as hard while being treated worse just to get maybe half as much at best. There's one scene in particular that blew me away with how effectively emotional it was. It's the scene where Delta Slim is telling Stack and Preacher Boy the story about how his friend was caught and killed by the KKK, and it's such a painful scene. And you can see it on his face and his body language that when he's retelling the story that he's feeling the pain all over, and he starts to hum to himself, and then he starts to kind of slap himself. And then he turns this musical combination into a blues rhythm and just starts humming the song into a chant, and you can feel that the blues is in him. It's what he uses to deal with this pain.
That guitar in your hand, don't you, boy? Come on now. Hey!
I love this scene so much because I love when movies give us these mature moments and they don't interrupt things with some kind of snarky joke. No, they treat us like adults. When Delta Slim is getting into that whole chant, singing the blues about the pain in his past, and he tells Preacher Boy, who we've seen is a beast of a blues musician, to start joining in with him, he can't. Sammy doesn't have any previous experience of pain that he can use to fuel it. Now, even though Delroy Lindo is amazing as Delta Slim, for me, he will always be one person and one person only.
Stop eating my sesame cake. Stop eating my sesame cake!
And this movie has so many little nuggets and hidden details for you to dig into because the director, Ryan Coogler, cares about his movies. It's just so good, but y'all, we gotta get through this or I'll be here all day, okay? So we're just gonna fast forward. They get down to the juke joint, things are going well, but we see something starts to change with the arrival of the big bad of this movie, Remick.
Oh, he's just resting. He's all better now.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
That's right, y'all, it's a vampire movie, and a fucking good one at that. Ryan Coogler has come out and said that the inspiration for this movie was kind of a combination between Salem's Lot and From Dusk Till Dawn, and if you've seen both, then you can recognize that immediately. Remick may not get that much screen time as a villain, but I'll tell y'all what, he's the best fucking villain of 2025, and I will die on that hill. You can't trust him, but you want to. You don't need to be near him, but you want to be near him. You want to kill him, but also you kind of want to join him, especially when they're getting down to their vampire river dance out there. Y'all, I would have joined. That looked fun as hell. Y'all can't tell me you didn't want to join them for a split second just watching that scene. So for some context, when the movie starts out, it tells us that some people throughout history, like in areas of Africa, Ireland, and some of the early Choctaw peoples, had the ability to play music that was so pure that they could thin the veil between the real world and the spirit world. Kind of like the Resurrection Stone from Harry Potter, I guess. Sammy, if you haven't guessed until now, is that one character that has the ability to play music that is so pure he can thin the veil, and that's exactly what Remick is looking for. You see, Remick is an ancient vampire that's been trying to find a new people ever since all of his people were wiped out by the spread of Christianity in Ireland. He's come for Sammy because he wants his music, he wants his gift, and he really wants the rest of everybody in the juke joint to come join him as part of his new family.
Sammy, you're the one I came for. I sensed you. I want to see my people again. I'm trapped here, but your gifts can bring them to me.
If you remember one scene from earlier, one of the big themes of this movie is cultural appropriation.
See, white folks say they like the blues just fine. They just don't like the people who make it.
But it's not done in a heavy-handed way that makes you feel guilty or anything. He doesn't see them as black or white, he sees them as part of his new family that he just wants to make. So it's kind of charming and genuine in a way, but you know that he's evil, but y'all, it's just, I can't say enough good things about it. It's fantastic. So while he is definitely an allegory for cultural appropriation, wanting Sammy to come play music for him and he wants everyone else to join him, he's also not racist. Don't get me wrong, that does not mean he's a pushover. No, he's fucking ruthless. All right, y'all, I need to wrap this up because the video's starting to drag on. I'll just say that you can tell in every scene in this movie that it was shot with purpose. The dialogue was written with purpose. The cinematography was done with, everything was done with purpose, okay? It's just perfect. The music, the visuals, the set design, the costume, everything. I can't recommend this movie enough. I think everyone should watch it. It's not a movie that's made for black people, as I've seen some idiots claim. No, it's not that at all. It's a movie with a predominantly black cast, but it's not for black people, y'all. That's stupid. It's a good movie, and if you choose not to go watch it because most of the cast is black, then you're robbing yourself of one of the best experiences that you can have watching a movie this year. Because other than Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is in its own separate category, this movie right here is my favorite vampire movie since The Lost Boys, and that should say a lot. Lost Boys is still king though, y'all. One day I'll talk about that movie, but for now, I'm gonna get back to work on the next video. I hope all of y'all have a great rest of your weekend, okay? See ya!